Greetings, race fans. You're going to get one more race here at Fontana tonight. And alongside me, of course, none other than James. We've
Heyo.
got the Sylvania Busch Light Series on tap for you today. Pun intended. On the front row, we've got the 10 of Jordan Walker and the 69 of Braden Hunt, followed by Riley Sorrell Tracy and John Brinker, Adam Starr and Al Bunch, Justin Patrick and Kenyon Hall. And who we got here, James?
That is Matthew Fastnaut. Or Michael Fastnaut, sorry.
Nope, Matthew, you got it right the first time.
Okay. Doubted myself for a second.
Alongside
The 52 of Cat Durham. Next row back is the 14 of Gerber Forian.
Yep.
And the 88 of Taden Bergeron. Next row back is Zach Armstrong and Nathan Morgan. Next row back is Antley Weiss and Mike Bliss Jr. Don't know why I'm extending names like that.
And then we got Craig Bush. We do have a surprise fill in here. It says Petrolsky on the windshield, but it's actually Santi Messi, who's going to make his first start in the Sylvania Busch Light Series here. He failed to make his Truck Series start here the other night, so he's going to get some track time for sure. Then we've got Lynn Farrell and Josh Harrison. The 79 of James Fireball Robert II and Logan Nagy. Trevor Walker and Nadak Hagum. And Luis Rodriguez and Kellen Oakley.
Next row back, we got Tom Cording and is it James King?
Yep.
Correct.
And starting right behind Tommy is none other than... Oh, wait, it's right. We had... there's no double or triple duties, so Jack Davis is actually in Tim Cording's car for the Busch Series.
That is correct. Starting to the outside is... Who is that? Landa.
Yep. Tyler Landa in the 77 entry.
Next row back is the 99 of Bonner and the 24 of Creech. Next row back is the 34 of Fawn and the 89 of Legend. And starting shotgun on the field will be the 65 of Holmes.
Okay, and to no further ado, with Jordan Walker on the front row here. Jordan Walker is going to try to venture into his Busch career after having a solid truck season in 2022. Perhaps he can pick up where he left off in the Truck Series here.
Braden Hunt, no slouch either.
Also another truck contender from last year that worked his way up here to Cup.
And we are green flag racing here for 125 laps.
I honestly have the feeling that this might be a little bit more civilized race that we have on our hands here.
We can only hope, but based on what we've seen from all the racing we had with the Cup and the truck guys and gals, I think we're going to see a good number of cautions here.
The distance will definitely, it'll be a factor. It'll be a little bit longer, so we might have more opportunities for green flag runs. But there's going to be cautions. There's definitely, this track is I mean, look at their 4 and 5 wide already in mid-pack.
Yeah, we're
Crazy.
only on what, lap 3?
Yeah. Look at that, Al Bunch. He is the only driver in the field that has an active win streak. He can extend his win streak to 5 in a row in the Busch Series if he pulls it off today. Man, what would the odds of that be in Vegas?
Hard to say, but I don't know if they'd be very good odds.
If I was a betting man, I'd put some money down on that one, because you never know, it could return back to you tenfold. So for sure, Al Bunch is not a new face in the Busch Series here, as that, just having 4 wins from last year isn't enough of a factor.
Big run by Hunt on the bottom there.
We've already made it further than most of the other races in the series this year without a caution in the opening laps. Most of our main races at Fontana here, the cautions came early.
Well, it looks like they're staying a little bit more civilized through the start of this one, like you said.
Good on Jordan Walker to get his first lap sled in the Busch Series.
It's a good start for him.
Do a little bit of catch up at the back of the field. Let's see. Mike Bliss Jr. currently holding up tail end of the field. In front of him, Gavin Legend, Lynn Farrell, Josh Harrison, and
It's the 42 of James King.
okay. So there's different faces in different places. This ride would have been home to Skylar Dixon last year. James King moved up from the trucks to take the seat that was vacant. There's plenty of new cars that never turned any laps here last season off. One of them being the 88 there. Taden Bergeron's getting his first shots here in the Busch Series. We saw how well he did in the trucks just to survive the carnage and destruction that was the truck race just the other night.
Oh,
Not a bad showing for Kenyon Hall in the 15 car there.
no, not at all.
Mid-pack, but still better than about 10 drivers behind him. And he's going to make a pass here, it looks like.
Looks like I guess that's sort of towards mid-pack, but still not wasting time. That the 65 of Holmes.
Go do a quick check up the front, see if we've had any changes. A lot of close racing throughout the pack. It looks like Fireball Roberts took the lead there. Somehow in the midst of all that, got a new leader. The Toyota Supras, they look to be pretty strong out of the gates here. Followed by a Ford and a Dodge. Look at Atlee Weiss making moves on the outside there. So he might get around Gerber Forian for 4th, 5th. Red Bull car definitely has wings today. 10 laps in and no caution, so we're running pretty solid here at the start.
Wrong.
In an interview recently, Atlee claimed that his main goal is to get into Cup, and that even means selling his truck team to get himself into a Cup ride as soon as possible. With a fifth place, running as good as he is here so far, he might expedite that move to Cup.
Yeah, good run today. Might get a good look from possible new teams.
It's also noted that he started the season with the Cup race this year, and Joe Gibbs extended an invitation to him driving the 19 Toyota, and he had a decent showing there, roughly about a top 20, I think. I can't quite remember, but it would have been
Let me double check here. Sorry. Oh, apologies. Who am I looking for again? Please remind me.
Cup standing or results from the
Correct,
Cup race.
Yep, I got that.
If I posted the Cup.
You did. I'm looking at it. I'm asking who I'm looking for here.
Yeah, Weiss.
Okay. Finished 16th on debut.
I was pretty much on point there.
Yeah.
And for your first ever Cup race, you're going to be racing against a bunch of veterans. 16th,
yeah, so that's a pretty impressive start.
Most definitely. And after this race, we're gonna need a recall or a call out on who's gonna be part-time drivers in the Daytona 500 this season. Coming up right around the same time as real life Daytona 500, we're gonna be running each series at Daytona, and we know for a fact Al Bunch's schedule is pretty well committed for his part-time Cup ride. But there's potential. We might get about 5 drivers running the Daytona 500 that'll have to qualify their way in.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty decent-sized field. To add on to what you were saying about new faces and new places, we also have a good number of new teams to the series here.
Yeah, right there, like even the 10, that's a brand new team. Jaw Drop Motorsports. And Al Bunch Incorporated was not part of the series in 2022, but was more so, formed in 2022 to what it is today. And like he's running third right there. I mean, he's got the power under the hood in that Dodge Challenger. He had run Chevy last year, and there was some bad blood with the team on his end of it last year. He had started one race on the pole and blew up. There was some meanderings with the engine, and someone sabotaged it, so it was how he blew up from the pole position. I don't know, it was, documented, but there's no evidence or proof really to back it up. I think it's safe to say that Al Bunch has made the right career move in opening his own team, though. And of course, we still got JSR is represented in the Busch Series here. Drivers will be Braden Hunt, John Brinker, at least those two for now. We could expand in the coming season when we switch over to the summer season. James Robert out front leading, doing pretty good there.
You also have Mike Bliss Jr. on JSR as well.
Yep. Apologies, I did not forget. I just did not recollect fast enough.
Oh, you're okay.
And we'll see. It looks like Mike Bliss was at the back of the field, and he's making some moves through. These cars look fierce with the rear wing on them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they look really, really aggressive with the rear wing on them.
Almost throw some beefy rubbers on them and make them do drifting competitions.
We could do, since we're on a little bit of a long run here, we could go through the roster and put teams to drivers and drivers to, or in teams to camps as well.
We do have some alliances between teams, not exactly all in the Busch Series. Al Bunch's faction with LFG Motorsports, so they kind of have their Dodge power plants, stationed together for R&D purposes. There's another Al Bunch entry, the 00.
Well, I believe, Jacob, you yourself even have an alliance with TKM, correct?
Yes, JSR and Tim Cording's TKM Total Knockout Motorsports. We share a lot of resources and intel between the two. Definitely the 3 drivers on my team and the 2 drivers on Tim's team. We all coordinate together to make it one big Ford camp.
Well, Tim actually has 3 drivers here in Busch as well.
Which one am I forgetting? I remember Tim and Tom.
For TKM here in the Busch Series, we have Jack Davis, Tom Cording, and Cat Durham.
Cat Durham, that's right. The 52 of Cat Durham.
Cat Durham a little bit further back than his JSR or his TKM teammates.
And for his first start in the series here, he's learning the ropes right now. He's trying to figure out what these cars got and what he can give them. Doing his best right now to make some passes here and there and just stay out of trouble.
Looks like right now he's kind of staying behind affiliate teammate Mike Bliss Jr., but as I say that, he seems to change his mind there.
Man, we are 25 laps, 100 laps to go now, and still they have maintained a blistering pace here.
Good run for Tom Cording in his first career appearance.
The 11 there, Craig Busch, belongs to the Monty Shangle Motorsports stable. Other teammates of his would include the 44 of Logan Nagy. And that might be it for MSM representation in the Busch Series.
That does do it. And to round out the Ford camp on our slow rundown here is the 5 of Kellen Oakley.
And he's running his own Oakley Motorsport, or is it
Oakley Racing.
Oakley Racing?
Correct.
He had a decent year in trucks last year, so we'll see if that converts over to success in Busch.
With that completes the Ford camp of entries for the Busch Series here. Move on to the Chevys. We'll start out with Legend Motorsports here. Talk a little bit about them. Got the 88 of Taden Bergeron and the 89 of Gavin Legend.
And obviously helmed by Gavin Legend, his namesake in the team name. Him and Taden teamed up this year to try and convert both drivers' knowledge here into potential success, as they're running right now towards the back end of the field. They've still got some kinks to work out.
Yeah, I was just about to say, not off to a great start for them, though.
Must have been bunched up there in the mid-pack as Kenyon Hall lost a lot of spots.
I think I just saw a car going down pit road there.
Wow, they're 3 wide for second as Nathan Morgan takes the lead. So we got some shaking up at the front here. Good racing.
Yeah, those Dodges are strong across the board.
Atlee looks to take second. Whereas he is our Tyler Aspinall Racing entry for Chevy.
That is correct. We'll move down to him. Yeah, it is their only entry here.
There was potential to have Lewis Trost in the Busch Series, but the pieces that fell into place put Trost up into Cup. And Atlee Weiss here is going to look to try and... a championship in the Busch Series will lock you right into Cup. So, I mean, that carrot's dangling out there for all these drivers. Obviously, a few drivers such as Al Bunch there, for example, his part-time ride would turn into a full-time ride if he was to win the championship. That's why eligibility for this Busch Series is very limited. We're only going to allow, drivers that are not competing in Cup the opportunity to race in the Busch Series here.
Or at least not racing full time.
Yeah. Yep, no, these guys all have an opportunity to make starts in Cup, but that ain't going to be, it'll be detrimental to any championship hopes that they might look for in a Cup race, Cup ride.
Yeah. With that, we can segue on over into our next Busch team, Chevy Busch team here. That would be Calvin Steele Racing with the 24 of Ethan Kretsch and the 42 of James King.
And James King's really the only new entry in that team because Ethan Creech was there last year. James King took over Skylar Dixon, who now races full-time in Cup.
Looks like James King not off to a great start so far. Where's his right there? Just what is that? 5-6 spots ahead of him.
Yep, running in 26th.
Okay. Next up on that list, the list of Chevy camps, is Thunder Buddies Racing. And we'll change this up. We'll go slow so you can maybe find them on track, give a little update where they're at. Got the O2 of Nadak Hagun, sitting in 32nd there. Next up is Riley, the number 2 of Riley Sorrell Tracy, sitting 34th on the field right now. Not looking great for Thunder Buddies Racing. A little bit of damage to who is that? 34?
The next one on
Oh,
the list, actually.
yeah, that's 34 of Bella Fawn, and I'm thinking maybe that's just the way the car looks.
Yeah, it didn't look like, and maybe the kind of the ebb and flow of the graphics of NR 2003 as well. But man, Thunder Buddies Racing is struggling as all three of their drivers are nose to tail right now at the back of the field.
Well, we got one more, but I'll hold that off until after pit stops are complete here, as we got a whole gaggle of cars going on the pit road.
You know what's
Who's that
crazy?
lead?
We are seeing our first green flag pit stops at Fontana that we've run races here in the last couple weeks.
Oh, wow. I thought that was going to be worse than it was.
This is rare air as we have not seen very many green flag pit stops at Fontana here.
No, this is a big surprise to actually see pit stops here.
And here's what's amazing, even last year with this Busch Series, the Busch Series had the least amount of cautions of all three series of racing. I found this simply amazing, given the fact that, you know, a lot of these drivers are still rookies, and it shows you just how, you know, these are the best 35 drivers in our series that haven't made it to Cup yet. So definitely the talent it's there.
I'm a little curious to see who shakes out to be the leader after this. After everything sorts out here.
Wow, Tom Cording's going to make up some spots, it looks like. Jack Davis. Oh, lordy. Is it going to be Al Bunch again, stealing the show? Finding a way to play the strategy in his favor. It looks like all the rest of the pit stops are coming out here. And he's got the 79. That'll be the only car he has to pass to get the lead back. And he might be able to do it here with ease, the way that he's got to warm up his tires coming off pit road there.
Yeah, Al Bunch has a big run here. You know, Jacob, we have this great battle going on up here, but we do have a driver that did come from pretty far back, just a few spots back.
We're going to get a lead change. Are you talking about the 00?
We'll figure it out here in a minute. As Al Bunch will take the lead across the line there. He's gonna shake out. Looks like he's gonna shake out to be our leader after pit stops here.
Dude, we're going to have to put a bounty on Al Bunch if he keeps stinking up the show. Holy cow.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate that he had the hot streak at the end of the season last year because it meant nothing towards the championship. But obviously momentum is always a huge thing because rolling into this year, it looks like Al Bunch has got something that everyone else doesn't.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's called the chip on his shoulder after those 4 wins.
Well, and the absence or leaving that other team on bad terms might have helped stoke a fire as well.
Yeah, because he's come out here and he's not missed a beat. Didn't quite start on pole, but he is wasting no time.
His previous team, Evans Racing, had to step away from Busch Series after the whole ordeal. And they still field drivers in the Cup Series, but maybe, if Al Bunch wanted true revenge on the team that wronged him, he might go out there and save up all his money to buy Evans Racing in the Cup Series. And then, the true cherry on top would be to change the Fords over to a Dodge, Dodge chassis.
Yeah, that'd be a good bit of good karma his way to be able to do something like that.
James Fireball Roberts hanging in strong there in second. Who's the one you were going to highlight earlier before that battle?
Little bit. I think the 99 came from pretty decently back as well.
Yeah, he was pretty deep in the pack.
99 came from 31st.
Well, and Clarence Bonner, being our all-star from 2022, is going to try to prove that, that wasn't no fluke. He's also got Al Bunch power under that hood. Actually, Al Bunch running his team 1, 3, and 4. With Nathan Morgan and Clarence Bonner joining him at the front. Could be a potential 1, 2, 3 stranglehold.
Yeah, Dodge is just trying to be dominant again, not only in trucks but also here in the Busch Series.
Yeah, our cup race at Fontana victory went to the Ford camp. Trucks, like you said, Dodge, and so maybe Dodge will, take that third win, or we do have, Toyota and Chevy that could definitely make it a very, widespread parity there and have 3 different manufacturers winning here at Fontana. That green flag pit stop has separated everyone into multiple packs throughout the field.
I'm really impressed we have not seen a caution yet.
Mike Bliss Jr. is making some moves up to the front.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty solid job getting his way up there.
Atlee Weiss is going the wrong direction on this long run. Actually,
yeah, big time.
Jordan Walker, our pole sitter, is sitting pretty far back as well.
You gotta wonder if some of these guys had bad pit stops or just got onto pit road really, really roughly.
That's good for Zach Armstrong in a top 10 position.
Yeah, hats off to him.
He ended upside down in the truck race.
Yeah, that was a rough wreck to watch. Glad to see him back out here running today. But now that we've gotten a little bit of ways out of pit stops, why don't we pick up where we left off on Thunder Buddies Racing? We're looking for the 48 of Luis Rodriguez.
And he's leading this pack second from the end.
Sitting
right there. Actually, he's got his teammate right behind him, the 0-2 of Nadak Hagum.
Yeah, it's a rough day all around for the Thunder Buddies racing entries. We've already discussed the IAC Esports team with not Atlee Weiss, but yes, right there.
And
Which
Tyler Aspinall, it sounded like he had kind of deformed the IAC side of things when he started, before the season started, rebranded the team to Tyler Aspinall Racing, which might be
all right.
news to some. I don't think it was very well noted in the servers. So, yeah, going forward, Tyler Aspinall Racing.
Well, with that covered, that does lead us to the Dodge.
And we've been talking all night about Al Bunch, so let's skip that one.
I guess we can start right there. Al Bunch Incorporated. I mean, other than talking about the man that's been dominant pretty much all day.
Right.
Next running with him is the 00 of Nathan Morgan, running third right now, and the 35 of Brandon Petrolsky, which was changed, I believe, a last minute change to Anti-Messi, correct?
Yep.
And then the other Dodge Camp entries, we got the Star Syndicate Race Industries with the 14 of Adam Gerber-Forian. And the number 27 of Adam Starr. And rounding out the Dodge Camp, we got Zach Armstrong Racing with the 68 of Zach Armstrong. And the 99 of Clarence Bonner. Sitting there just inside the top 5 under fire from the 54 of Justin Patrick from the Tyler Shangle Racing Toyota Camp. Drivers also on that team are the 09 of Matthew Fastnaugh.
And Matthew Fastnaugh is actually a little bit higher up mid-pack than I thought. Unless he's, yeah, right there in the top 10.
Yeah, right there. As well as Lynn Farrell in the 69. Running with that I believe that's the third pack of cars, correct?
Yep.
And rounding out the Tyler Shangle team will be the 77 of Tyler Landa. Leading I believe that's the last pack of cars. Seems like Tyler Shangle Racing has a car in just about every pack there.
Right.
After Tyler Shangle Racing, we got Jaw Drop Motorsports with the number 10 of Jordan Walker.
Right in the mid-pack there, in the meat of the sandwich.
Sitting
12th.
The other teammate for Jaw Drop Motorsports is the 21 of Trevor Walker.
Running the Celsius sponsor on that one.
And then rounding out the Toyota camp and our team lineups here is Todd Rat Racing with the 65 of Lucas Holmes.
Who's actually deep in the pack at the back of the field in about 33rd.
That's a surprise because he had a really great start to the race. He was making a lot of moves towards the front there.
He must have got something wrong on the pit stops there.
Must have. And to round us out is the 18 of Joshua Harrison.
The other Todd Rad entry, I don't know if it was noted on our roster, but the 79 of James Fireball Robert.
Oh, that as well. That's my bad. That's not on my list.
And currently running P3 is Nate Morgan gets by him for second. Al Bunch Incorporated running 1 and 2.
Yeah, Al Bunch runs a great program over there.
You know, just based on how the races fell, the off season in between, Al Bunch could have the longest win streak, you know, based on days from race 1 to race 5, if he can pull it off here.
Yeah, that'd be a that'd be a pretty unique stat for how long he went between carrying on that streak here in the Busch Series.
This is dominance unlike anything you've seen in recent, you know, era of racing. Maybe back in the day where Richard Petty and you know the other drivers of that era often would, you know, show up and win back to back to back to back races and maybe even win like majority of the season. But you know, with the advancements in technology and the modifications to the cars to make for closer action-packed racing, this just doesn't happen anymore.
No, and you got to wonder whether it's these drivers in these Al Bunch Incorporated Dodges, or if it's a mix of them and Al Bunch just having a great program over there.
Yeah, no, I think he's got something under his sleeve that the rest of the field doesn't know about. He was in season number 1 as driver X and unveiled himself mid-season. So I mean, he's already got that under his belt, fooling the whole field on who he, you know, actually was.
Seems like ever since he dropped that persona, he's picked up a lot.
Oh, and we got a caution. They're going to race to the finish line here as we got a yellow flag. The 89 of Gavin Legend is on pit road when he was blowing up. Yep, and then just kissed the wall there.
Luckily, he didn't hit anybody there.
So bad day goes to worse for Gavin Legend as he blows up across the finish line.
I was just about to say, I wonder if the 88 got just a touch of that.
And that would have been his teammate, the 88.
Yeah.
Dang, he let up just in time.
That is tight right there. Looks like everybody gonna hit again here on lap 60, coming to lap 64 when they cross the line.
We're almost perfectly at halfway, 63 out of 125 laps.
Well, you gotta wonder, if they're pitting now, do you think some of them will be able to make it?
They'll have to come in one more time, but it's going to be huge to make this pit stop count here.
Here comes the 00. Ooh. Oh, yeah. 00 gonna beat Al Bunch out of the pits there. Al Bunch gonna lose one spot to Nathan Morgan.
Well, and as you can see, no team orders there. They're letting their teammates drive each other. Don't just let up so that Al Bunch can keep the lead. Although I'm thinking Al Bunch will make quick work of him on the restart and take that lead back.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe Al Bunch is channeling a little bit of experience here from I believe. Give me just a second to double check. From the Busch series, the Truck series, with how well that top line is on restarts.
True. So it's a strategic move, perhaps.
Is that the 54 and fourth?
Yes, sir. The 54, Justin Patrick.
That's a good gain on pit stops there.
Matthew Fastnot up to 5th.
Good run for him as well today. He started.
And Jordan Walker's moving back up to where he was.
Well, I guess Fastnot started ninth on the field there. Good run for at least two-thirds of the TKM camp, though. Gained at least 10 to 15 spots for both of them.
So yeah, that was a long green flag run. We went 62 laps without a caution. The front of the field still looks mostly the same, with the exception of Justin Patrick and Matthew Fastnot now moving their way into the top 5. Clarence Bonner's been hanging around ever so slightly in the top 10. John Brinker on a good, solid top 10, as well as Zach Armstrong, Jordan Walker, and Adam Starr rounding out your top 10. Braden is definitely in the hunt here, sitting in 11th. Farrell, Tom Cording, Adam Gerber-Forian, and Jack Davis to set up your top 15. They're going to double file up here. Looks like Gavin Legend might be retired from the race, as the back end of the field belongs to the 11 of Craig Busch right now.
Yeah, Gavin Legend only going to lose one spot on the day.
From qualifying in 34th, he's going to finish 35th.
Correct.
So Nathan Morgan knows what it's like to lead up front in these races, as he's won a couple truck races to his belt. I do think Al Bunch is going to be hard to keep behind him, though.
Yeah, it's gonna take somebody really strong to be able to get by him and get the win here. We'll see what happens on the restart here, but that high line has been the dominant line. Oh wow, this completely opposite from what we have been dealing with. Big run by the 79 there.
Al Bunch finds himself in a little bit of trouble here as he's getting shuffled up high into the back. With perhaps a little bit of help from his teammate, he might be able to sneak up behind and get back in line. The 09 at Fastnot's not going to let him take over that position so easily.
No. That 79 car has been looking really strong today as well. It seems to me they may be the only one to be able to maybe have a chance to stand up against these Al Bunch Incorporated Dodges here.
Man, they're about 4 wide down in the back there, mid-pack. Tom Cording making it count the most. Settles in front of Braden Hunt there.
You kind of wonder if maybe his brother's been giving him some advice.
That's some good advice to take for sure.
Maybe telling him, hey, try to stay away from that top line. That bottom line is definitely the way to go around here if you want to gain some spots.
Yeah, or else you'll get put in the wall.
Well, and you got to think watching his brother deal with that in both of those duels probably maybe put a little bit of a fear against it being that close to the wall in a pack.
Yeah, and Tim Cording's expertise is very well-rounded as he was able to catapult over this Busch Series, went from trucks right into cups. So, I mean, Tim's got a lot of knowledge on getting these things wheeled around the track.
Yeah, I mean he sort of struggled in the cup race, but still wasn't a terrible showing for his first attempt out there.
Well, and even a top 5 in the truck race the other night that's more of the same for what he's known for.
Yeah, I think in the truck series we're going to see a good battle between him and Chadwick all year.
And I wouldn't want to have it any other way, because that's what made last season so much fun to watch. We're closing. Sorry.
I was just about to say Tom Cording looking real strong here as we slowly start to close this book here.
50 laps is going to clip by pretty quickly as we're down to 52 to go now. I think
these guys are giving each other a lot more room than what both the trucks and the Cup Series were.
Yeah, it's insane. We haven't seen a single wreck. We had that caution for a blown engine, but other than that, no big, carnage or big ones here in the Busch race. I think Al Bunch is just biding his time right now. He doesn't have to pounce, as there's no rush, no hurry to lead all the laps. Might be saving those tires for one last push at the end.
Well, he's had the ability to all night long to be able to pass on the high side. We've seen him do it a couple times.
And that's a sign of true strength when you can, get a car wheeled around the outside of another one and make it stick. Got a bit of a run here on the front stretch.
I'm wondering if Al Bunch isn't just riding behind that 79 car's mirror, just kind of being like, "Hey, I'm here. Don't slip up. I'm right here."
That's one way to make your opponent make a mistake, is to just hound them on, the tail end of their bumper.
Well, because we saw it in, once again, back to both the Cup and the truck race. We saw it. Drivers come from somewhere second on back and steal this thing away from you on the last 2 laps.
I think what was the most impressive with the truck race was how mostly all the drivers were not afraid to use their bumpers. Even
No.
in the closing laps, there was some insane passes being made. And it was, borderline, overly aggressive. And luckily, some of those moves they made, they didn't wreck each other, but could have went the other way. It could have wrecked a lot of people if they executed just wrong.
Al Bunch putting a lot of faith in his driver Nathan Morgan on the bottom there.
It looks like he's going to settle back in front of him again as they continue to just bounce back and forth between the two of them.
Well, and they kind of need to stop doing that at some point, because eventually they're going to slip up and that 79 is going to get away again. Yeah, the 79's got their game.
Matthew Fastnot in fourth there. That's pretty cool. And we do have about 10 of the top 10 here breaking away from the rest of the field behind them. So within the closing laps of this one, it looks like it might be amongst this top 10 for who could win it. You gotta imagine that's probably at the front of Al Bunch's mind right now, is the fact that he is the defending race winner in the series, has that streak, and probably doesn't want it to end. It would,
That'd be an awfully big bummer there, to start the season ending your drought, or ending your,
especially with
ending a
as
streak like that.
strong of equipment as he's got too. I mean, this seems to be his race to win. Fastest lap belongs to that of John Brinker currently, which is kind of a surprise actually. But even then, John Brinker's in the top 10, so he's still alive for the win here today.
Tom Cording looking to get back into the top 5 away from, I believe that is Kellen Oakley. Oh no, that is not Kellen Oakley, is it? Who is that?
Braden Hunt.
Okay. It kept looking like an Oakley symbol on the hood when the camera would just change as it was getting there.
So we're likely to see our final pit stops probably in about 10 laps from now. And then we'll see the final, that'll be the last pit stop to shake things up, and we'll see who makes the most of their pit stops.
Looks like Tom Cording gonna get into the top 5 after this lap here, out of the corner there. Or not. Gonna lose 1, 2. Nope. Just gonna stagnate back to where he was behind Hunt.
This is probably the most unorthodox I've seen in the last couple races here. I mean, we've got things kind of stabled out even. Usually there's a bunch of people jockeying for position, but we're actually getting a long enough run that things are stretching out single file, and you're really seeing who's got the fastest rig right now.
Those four at the back are really, really taking away their own chances of getting up to those top five there.
"41 laps to go."
Yeah, we should see pit stops here fairly soon. Because I think we can make a, 30, 40 lap run?
Roughly, yeah.
So should see pit stops, like you said, here fairly soon. Looks like everybody kind of sorting it out, staying single file. Except for the two teammates there.
Ooh, Matthew Fastnot making a move on the outside of Nate Morgan. Nate Morgan will fight back and get that position.
Looks like Fast not potentially going to lose a spot from that.
Still definitely another long green flag run here.
You can see Courting in the background. Every couple laps, takes a peek around the inside of the 10 there.
You almost have to imagine he's probably saving his stuff now too, just so he doesn't, run too hard and wear out those tires and drop backwards.
Or at least try to stay with this pack here, because if you come in with these guys, you're going to have a pretty good shot at either a win or a top 5 at best.
And then only praying that you don't have a mistake on your pit stop.
Yeah, I mean, because at the least, if you manage to come in and out with this pack, you're probably going to at least end up with the top 10 at the minimum.
Yeah, our second pack currently about, let's see, 3.5 seconds back is the 11 of Craig Busch.
So about 2 seconds back from the back of the first pack there.
Man, James Fireball Robert just dominating out front, though. He's never had this kind of dominance in trucks.
Yeah, he's just out there minding his own business up there. Al Bunch really not having anything for him to try to take that spot back.
Well, and we're even seeing Al Bunch fighting with his teammate there for second as well.
Well, you got to wonder if maybe he used up all of his stuff fighting with Nathan Morgan.
It still looks like he's got a fast rig under him. He's driving and closing back in on the 79. But this will be one of those situations where it looks like he'll catch him, and then the 00 also be catching the rear end of the 8, and then any momentum that the 8 had will be eliminated when the 00 tries to maneuver underneath him. Nope, I simply find it astonishing that this is kind of par for the course for the Sylvania Busch Light Series. Last year we saw a lot of green flag racing, and maybe that's the selling factor for this series is the fact that we have strategic races that play out that aren't determined by cautions and wrecks. I think that this tells a bigger story than some of those other races that we had this past week. The fact that these guys are getting a race for it the whole time. They're proving that they've got the best car at the end of the day.
Yeah, that. Sorry, I'm a little distracted by the fact that once again you absolutely called it because Al Bunch got to the back of the 79, and just as he did, there was the 00.
Oh, we might have a three-wide situation on our hands here.
That's exactly what the 79 wants to see. Let's be fair.
Well, with Matthew Fastnot now slotting his way into third, this might help Al Bunch with fighting that 79. But the 00's got the preferred lane and blows right back by as 09 drops to fifth even. Must be getting ready to pit this time, I bet. No.
Looking late. No? Should be within the next few laps here, though. So we'll see what happens with this pack of cars because I think, if I remember correctly, we saw Al Bunch go in after everybody last time.
I think this is also a factor of the next gen car and the aerodynamics on it, like we saw right there with the 09. Get to let out of the throttle or something, and just letting off that throttle is a death sentence for your position.
Yeah, he's lost 5 spots, it looks like. Falling all the way to the back behind Tom Cording.
And that's where, like, our pros of Al Bunch up here, he's able to minimize the loss of time when he lets off, when he's, fighting side by side with the 00, which looks
Here we
like it's going
go.
to happen
These
again.
3 nose to tail again. Yeah. And there goes King. Taking all that momentum away from Al Bunch. Again.
Nice. Jordan Walker's cracked his way back into the top 5.
Yeah, he's having a good day himself. Started pretty deep in the pack, if I remember right.
Well,
Yeah,
Jordan Walker, where did he start? I thought he started at the front.
Oh, he did. He started pole.
But he's definitely fell back since the start of the race. And he's had to make a long trip back to the front. Ooh, Nathan Morgan might actually take the position here. Wow.
Whoa, big move by the 10 of Walker.
Yet again, the 79 loves what he's seeing in his rear view mirror, as these guys can't seem to settle it amongst each other.
Al Bunch gonna lose 2 spots off of that.
Dang. We're almost to lap 100. It's been a pretty fast-paced race here. Ouch. At the back of the field, we got Luis Rodriguez, Kellen Oakley, Atlee Weiss, Nadak Hagum, Santi Messi, Lynn Farrell, Adam Gerber-Forian. Not where you want to be at the end of the race. It's a shame for Zach, too.
You gotta wonder if maybe there's a little bit of a microscope for that 52 of Cat Durham. Also, it looks like we're starting pit stops here. I guess it's Cat Durham and the 50 of Jack Davis.
Yep, coming down pit road is Lucas Holmes. Next lap around, see if we got any takers. Oh, Al Bunch is going to pit early. Might be a strategic move to try and take the win here.
Yeah, try and leapfrog those cars that were being problem children, so to speak. Yeah, these cars are spread out pretty far now. Back to what I was saying, you got to wonder if maybe Jack Davis and Cat Durham are going to be getting watched a little bit after this performance by Tom Cording, who stays out for an extra lap. We'll see what this does for him.
Well, Tom Cording is going to get credited with leading his first lap. Sounds like he's really babying the throttle around to save as much fuel as he can.
I wonder if maybe he just got left on the outside, and now he's going to run out of gas.
Well, and he's going to come down pit road this time, so luckily he didn't lose too much momentum. Staying out that one extra lap is definitely going to hinder him a little bit. But one lap led is points in the books for him. Oh, Al Bunch. Looks like he's probably going to cycle back around to being the leader.
Possibly.
Everyone else pitting right now, so we're just going to have to watch and see as he passes them. He's going to get by Jordan Walker. Oh, the 99. He's going to shuffle out about third here as the double zero.
We should probably flip back to Tom Cording, see where he's at on pit road here.
Just now coming off. He might have just took gas and no tires. Who knows? We didn't check in on the pit stop there.
Getting up to speed. If he can manage to do it, he might have a good shot at winning this. Gonna shake out fifth? Fifth, looks like.
I think
if he got tires, he's going to be in great shape to catch them. But if he didn't, it's going to be rough.
It's definitely an improvement from where he was running, I believe.
Oh, yeah, he started...
Well, he cracked the top 5 for the first time. We were keeping an eye on him to see if he was going to crack the top 5. And with pit strategy, he's finally able to crack the top 5.
Tom Cording started 27th on the day.
Dang.
Up to 5th right now.
And then we got Al Bunch just waiting in the wings there. You're getting a little bit of draft help from the 99 of Clarence Bonner.
Looks like Tom Cording going to get a little bit of help from the 10 back there. But I don't think these two are going to be able to work together enough to catch the back of that pack.
We might be off to some boat races here as we got 2 apiece. One driver trailing the other. Clarence Bonner's trying to pass Al Bunch here. It looks like he might get it done going out of turn 4. Al Bunch is going to have a run on the outside.
Tom Cording just fell out of top 5 back there from the looks of things.
Dang, these guys are racing hard, side by side.
I'm sure the 10 and the 55 and the 09 back there are going, yeah. You guys just keep doing that. You guys keep doing that, because that's the podium right there.
Man, we'll have to see if Al Bunch has any more magic in his wheels. 20 laps to go. A win streak of 4 races potentially can come to an end here with a finish any worse than first. Oh wow, we got a change in the lead as Nathan Morgan blitzes his way by James Robert. Now, team strategy could put Al Bunch back in striking distance here if Nathan Morgan plays blocker.
They do have to be careful though, because this going back and forth like that is definitely going to allow both Al Bunch, the 99 of Clarence Bonner, and then that second group of cars to potentially catch up. But it does look like James Roberts is just going to say, hey, that's fine. You can hold on to that for a little bit.
Oh, and he might give him a little run for his money here on the backstretch. Man, this is only going to help Al Bunch catch back up. Look, even there, the two of them are hooked up nose to tail.
Well, and it looks like that second group of cars has even settled in and been like, okay, this is how we're going to run. Let's get up there now.
Our deficit is slightly shrinking with this back and forth racing at the front. Yeah, look at, he's going to try the crossover again.
That looked like it got a little dicey there for a second.
Yeah, give these guys credit for putting on a show as Nathan Morgan's going to fight back again on the inside.
I think these two have been going back and forth, giving each other the nose. Coming in and out of corners here.
Yet again, we got another classic on our hands here at Fontana.
Way wide by James Roberts this time, though. And let's be fair, those two being out of the draft helps a lot more than those two fighting each other.
I still wouldn't count out Al Bunch, as he's found ways to do this before.
Yeah, they're starting to reel in, but the 99 of Bonner gonna try to take third away there.
Oh, even further back, our next pack, the 10 and the Tom Cording is going to try to fight back for his 5th place.
I think that's just inexperience right there, because I think most people know that those three should probably just stay in line until the last lap.
Zach Armstrong's turning his finish around here. Unfortunately, it looks like Atlee Weiss is way back still. Did we have a retirement that we didn't catch? Oh yeah, Atlee Weiss fell out with a camshaft failure. So we had 2 retirements on the day here.
That's a bummer. Atlee Weiss was having a pretty solid day.
And perhaps with him dropping to the back like he did, maybe had the camshaft failure was slowing him up in the middle of the race there. Now these guys are stretching it back out on Clarence and Al with only 12 laps to go now. It's looking like it's going to be between Nathan Morgan and James Robert.
Thing is, if the 3 of the second pack would have just stayed single file, they would have caught these two. and then immediately, probably within, I'd say 3 laps or so, caught back up to these two as well.
Yeah, but instead they decided to fight it back and forth with each other and cost their momentum. They're still, yeah, it's getting out of hand now for anyone outside of these two drivers at the front. Short of a caution or something that might, restack them. With only 10 laps to go now, we're almost done with the 250-mile event here. Regardless, we did see some good racing here. Not very many wrecks, actually, none to be exact. We had a blown engine, but brought out the caution.
Yeah, it seems like it's just been attrition issues for the most part.
Al Bunch is gonna. Yeah, look at the other groups catching these two now.
Slowly looking like that back 3 might be fighting for a podium instead of just a top 5. But you got to think this group of 3 is probably going to pick up one of them. Whichever one of them wants to get in line immediately is going to lead this back.
With only 8 laps to go, it's going to be hard for these guys to catch the leaders. But perhaps they can coordinate together better as a pack of 5 versus a pack of 2 or 3.
Kind of Walker keeps sticking his nose further and further out on the corners behind Tom Cording there. Looks like they might be closing in a little bit.
Oh, and the 55 of Tom Cording sneaking on the inside there. It looks like he's going to pick off a couple spots into 4th.
At least try to anyways by the time they come off the corner. Not going to have that momentum to do it. Probably going to fall back behind the 10 and just get back in line.
We'll see if James Robert had anything stored up in the tank at the last 5 laps of this race.
Yeah, I'd say this is time's up for that 5-car group back there. If they were going to get organized and go, as soon as they got together was the time to do it. I'm really wondering, with all the trouble that Cording is having getting by cars, I'm wondering if he didn't take tires.
Or maybe even just took 2 side, like right side tires.
Yeah. Oh, the 10 shuts the door on him.
Oh, this is an action-packed fight for 3rd, actually. Jordan Walker will be able to walk away with more points if he can secure 3rd versus a 6th.
Yeah, a lot of points on the board right there. In that little gaggle right there.
The one thing that has been proven here, though, is Al Bunch definitely is going to be a factor for this championship.
Oh, absolutely. And I think some surprising faces maybe, possibly might be contenders as well.
Yeah, Tom Cording might be following his brother's steps there and looking at a potential, championship contender as 2023 rolls out here. And Jordan Walker, I'm sure he feels the sting of not winning the championship in the trucks last year. This will be a huge boost of confidence for him and that team. Number 10 Toyota Supra there. In the meantime, the other Toyota Supra we got running in second, James Fireball Robert, his rookie season in the Sylvania Busch Light, as well as Nathan Morgan, who's leading. So a bunch of, new faces.
Yeah, a lot of new faces running pretty well today.
The first returning veteran being Al Bunch, of course, and Clarence Bonner just a couple spots behind him.
Yeah, time's up to catch them.
It's a shame they couldn't coordinate it better to try and charge to the front. I'm thinking Nathan Morgan's even.
I think we just missed a big shove from Courting to Bunch there, but not able to capitalize.
I don't think he's gonna change position at the front there either. James Roberts just kind of milling behind Nathan Morgan.
This is our white flag lap here.
We'll have to see if maybe he's got one more charge at the lead here.
I think he's too far back. I think that's the problem.
You gotta be proud of the run that he's had today. Second place is a good way to start off the season. But even better way to start off the season would be a win. And it looks like Nathan Morgan kind of silently dominated. He wasn't leading all the time, but came from behind and put it in victory lane here.
Yeah, he kind of was the clutch driver for Al Bunch Incorporated there, because something with Bunch happened, and he seemed to have fallen off just a little bit. But
Jordan Walker third, Al Bunch fourth, Tom Courting with his first top 5, Matthew Fastnut with a 6th, and Clarence Bonner with a 7th. Braden Hunt, John Brinker, and Lucas Holmes. Taden Bergeron got a top 10, so he was 10th. Lucas Holmes 11th. Logan Nagy 12th. It looked like Zach Armstrong in 13th. James King in 14th. Tough break for Atlee, though, man. He had a failure on his car at the end of the race here, mid race at least.
So I did the math real quick, and our biggest mover of the race gonna go to the. Ooh, let me double check. Hold on. Yeah, gonna be the 99 of Clarence Bonner.
Wow. How many spots did he move up?
24.
Dang, that's a solid outing.
He only beat Courting by 2.
So Tom Courting, he made a charge to the front as well.
22. He gained 22 spots on his way to that top 5.
Oh, and he could have very well gained 2 more spots at the end there if he had just a little bit more in the tank.
Yeah. Not bad for our race winner, though, either. He gained 13 spots on his way to that win.
Nice.
James Roberts with 19 spots on his way to that second place. I stand corrected. Now that I'm looking at things, we do have a different biggest mover.
You said 19 for who?
Our second place finisher of James Roberts.
Oh, did he come from like the very end of the field? From 35th?
He came from 21st.
Dang. So plus
But
20.
we do have somebody that did move bigger than everybody. Luke Holmes came from 35th on the field to finish 11th.
Oh, dang. That's a big move right there.
And that actually ties Bonner with
So
24.
that goes to show you that your qualifying position doesn't mean everything. Is you're gonna once green flag drops, it's all about that racing. And I think with tonight,
Yeah.
the way it fell, the long green flag runs and even strategy is what worked best for him.
Yeah, that was very impressive for them to run pretty much green flag the whole way when you compare it to what we saw from the Cup and the Truck Series.
Well, and you got to give credit to it. It might not have been a flashy race, but it was a driver's race for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I think you'll get those once in a while. It's not every race is going to have, key defining moments. We had key defining moments in different, aspects, and it kind of came down to pit strategy, I believe.
Yeah. Whether it be, Al Bunch having some sort of mistake on pit road that put him a little bit behind, or even Tom Cording potentially taking none or two tires.
Yeah, no, and we might have to focus more on pit stops next time around. Seems like these Busch races always go cautionless or very few cautions, so it turns into one of those strategy games almost all the time in the Busch series. So we have a streak coming in, come to an end today, and a new streak, a new milestone for Nathan Morgan. He gets his first career win in the Sylvania Busch Light Series. And going towards the next season's race, which will be at Texas in just 1 week's time.
Yeah,
There's no
Nathan Morgan with that win will put himself at 2 wins on his career.
nice. Yep, one win in trucks, and now he can say he's been a Busch winner too. And we're gonna start having drivers that might be multi, have a win in every category.
Yeah.
And the ones that they definitely want are going to be that championship in each category. It'll be a little bit harder to achieve that in Busch with the limited eligibility, but
Well, it'll be hard in trucks as well with as many trucks as we have.
oh, definitely, yeah. Which I think just puts that much more emphasis on the championship. We're gonna have, it'll mean something at the end of the year for that, that driver who does pull off the championship. So, anyways, everyone, thanks again for tuning in. Uh, yeah, the race was pretty mild, but we'll have plenty of racing coming up in the rest of the year. 2023 has just started, so do you want to leave with any statement on your end, James?
After all the racing we've seen here at Fontana, I am really looking forward to what this season has in store for us.
Yeah, with next week you got Texas and the dirt of Eldora, so that's kind of a wide spread. The rest of the season's going to be pretty well spread out. You know, different facets of racing, different styles of tracks, and hopefully a bunch of excitement and maybe a little bit of drama. And we'll be along for the ride for it. James will definitely be in the booth for most of them. So
Yeah, I love being in the booth with you, man. These things are so much fun to commentate.
oh, for sure. No, I love it. I have having another voice in the the broadcast adds to the I feel like the whole product of it. So, and on that note, everyone, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you can catch us on the next broadcast. Have a good night, and see ya on the flip side.
Bye.